So guys, we are talking about Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso and the late Gadaffi of Libya. And some of the evil things that Gadaffi did, and still Ibrahim Traore is doing, that made Gadaffi a threat to the West and led to his brutal televised death, which still Ibrahim Traore is doing, are: number one, Gadaffi brought free healthcare for all Libyans. He made healthcare a human right. Hospitals were free and well equipped. If treatment was available in Libya, the government paid it for abroad. The second thing, Gadaffi brought free education to all levels, from primary school to university, including scholarships and studying overseas, which Ibrahim Traore has done. The other thing is electricity was free in Libya. People never paid electricity bills. It was covered. The state covered the national energy cost for all citizens. I get rumors that Ibrahim Traore is also doing the same thing. Loans with 0% interest under Islamic law, charging interest was banned. Citizens could get loans for cars, homes, and businesses interest-free in Libya under the leadership of Gadaffi. The other thing is newlyweds received $50,000 to help couples start their lives. The government gave newlyweds a grant of $50,000 for housing or family needs. That led to his brutal death. The other thing is mothers received $5,000 at birth. Every Libyan mother was given this amount when she gave birth to help cover early child rearing costs. Imagine those are evil things done by Libyan president, which made him get that brutal death. I think Traore of Burkina Faso is also to try and do these things, which is bringing a threat to the Westerns. The other thing is gas costed $0.14 per liter. Libya had one of the lowest fuel prices in the world, thanks to the government subsidies. Gadaffi was really making a change, like Traore is doing. The other thing is homes were considered a human right. Gadaffi said these words while in power. The house is a basic need of both the individual and the family. Therefore, it should not be owned by others. Homelessness was nearly non-existent. He made this happen in the Libyan government and changing Africa. Homes were considered a human right. For him, he made sure that every person had a home. The homeless people were very little. The other thing is he brought free healthcare for African immigrants. Black Africans in Libya also benefited from free public services, including hospitals and clinics. That brought a lot of threats to him. The other thing is education and farming were incivilized. Libyans who wanted to farm were given land, a house, equipment, seeds, and also free of charge. This was changing the economy of Libya. Burkina Faso is also trying the same thing under the leadership of Ibrahim Traore. The other thing is water was pumped across the deserts. The great man-made river, a project, he supplied fresh water to Libya citizens using the largest underground irrigation network in the world. He was trying to change Africa, but the Western were really against that, which led to his brutal death. The 12th reason, there were no external debts. Libya had zero debts and owed billions in foreign reserves. It did not rely on IMF or World Bank. Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso is trying the same thing through minerals. He's trying to make minerals to be mined by the people of Burkina Faso. And he has also paid all the debts to the Western, and is also not relying on IMF and World Bank, which is changing the country, but getting threat from the Western. The other thing is a gold-backed African currency. Gadaffi proposed a pan-African gold dinar to replace the US dollar and euro in trade. It threatened Western financial dominance. It tried to change US dollar and euro in trade to a pan-African gold dinar. Wow. The 14th thing was an African Union military and bank. He advocated for an independent African central bank and a united continental military to protect sovereignty. Gadaffi really was trying to help Africa, but what happened? Funding African liberation movements. Gadaffi did that. Gadaffi supported anti-colonial and independence movements across Africa, from the ANC in South Africa to revolutionaries in Burkina Faso and beyond. He tried to get in Burkina Faso and fund African liberation movements. I think Traore is also doing the same thing. They pushed, that is the government of Gadaffi, they pushed narratives that focus on his flaws and controversial moments. That made the country better. But the Western came and ignored everything that Gadaffi was doing to uplift Africa. Though it wasn't perfect, but the real threat was his vision and for African independence. The same thing happening to the president of Burkina Faso. The Western are ignoring everything he is doing to uplift Africa by avoiding loans from IMF and World Bank, by trying to maintain the economy of the country, by providing free education, free seeds for farming, and also ensuring that every equipment used in the country is made in the country, ensuring that every cloth used in the country is made in the same country. But the Western are on his back. That's why Africans came out in Burkina Faso in protest to protect Burkina Faso president, because he is doing what has never happened. Every African is after him to make sure Africa changes. So Gadaffi and Ibrahim Traore have a common thing. They are trying to uplift Africa. But you know what happened to Gadaffi? Everything was ignored, and he was mentioned as a dictator, which brought his life to an end. Let's pray for Ibrahim Traore to uplift and change Africa. Make sure you subscribe on my YouTube channel.